When you've got the stories of the MCU spanning 11 plus years at this point.
Yes.
Or exactly 11 years at this point.
Not exactly.
To the second.
Oh, wow.
Yes! Oh my god!
There's obviously going to be plot points that are continued and others that are left by the wayside.
To be elaborated on by the imagination of the fans.
That's
Or complained that they were left behind.
that's right.
Or somebody will make a video about them.
Any and all of those things. Because, hey, this is a good opportunity with a bunch of Marvel stuff coming up this year and also every year forever to talk about some forgotten plot points and characters that have kind of been sprinkled in along the way and then we've seen the last of. For now, so it would seem.
That's right. I mean, we thought that of the Red Skull.
That's right.
And then he returned.
And then
so who else might return?
Exactly. And we're not going to include characters that are looking highly likely to return, like Baron Mordo, because he shows up at the end of Doctor Strange. He's like, Benjamin Bratt, give me your legs. Give me your legs, Benjamin Bratt.
And Benjamin Bratt's like, my legs! Oh.
So yeah, we're not going to be touching on ones that are almost certainly going to come back. But a good place to start is forgotten villains, because you have a theory about...
Well, I have a theory. Because in the last Avengers Endgame trailer, we saw quite recently, we see... Hawkeye is in some sort of facility. There's a red light flash, and he's in a bit of a hurry. There's an explosion. We're wondering what he's up to. And my theory potentially is that he's at the Raft, the supervillain maximum security jail.
Yes.
You know that thing
From Civil War.
From Civil War, and he's breaking some people out. But who is there to break out? Here's the thing: villains.
That's
because
right.
in the comic books, at one point, Hawkeye was the leader of the Thunderbolts,
Yeah.
which is a team of ex-villains, some are still villains,
Yes.
who've taken on new identities and new looks to initially fool the public, but then just to get stuff done, you know?
to get stuff bloody
so
done.
I'm like, well, who could he be breaking out? Who's left?
Yeah.
That might emerge in Endgame.
And there's definitively a number of villains that are left alive.
Yeah.
I mean, they kill a lot, but also you got ones like the Abomination.
Didn't die in
No.
The Incredible Hulk, and it's a movie that everybody forgot existed.
Yes.
So that would be a bloody heck of a
Yeah.
surprise if he shows up in Endgame.
And considering they brought back General Ross and the same actor from
Yeah.
The Incredible Hulk, there's not really a lot of connections other than that.
That's true,
You know,
yeah.
there's bits and pieces and,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
whatever,
uh-huh.
but there's very tenuous links between that movie and the others. But I think if they went, you know what, we had the Abomination the whole time. Also, there's a one shot where they're talking about getting the Abomination out and using him for, like, you think
Yes.
it's the Hulk, but they're actually talking about the Abomination because he was a soldier.
Yes, exactly.
So
Yeah.
using him for military purposes.
But that's never emerged. So
No.
what if?
And also you got
I mean, you wouldn't want it to be a major. You don't want him to run in and save the day.
No.
Just to be clear, I don't think any of these characters are going to come in and save the day.
Yeah.
That would be weird, but it would be just a nice touch to see them as maybe like background characters or cannon fodder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
And also, if we're talking the Hulk, you've got the leader who was
Yes.
created in that movie. Tim Blake Nelson gets some radiation dripped on him and his head grows.
Yeah.
Presumably he was alive or his head exploded.
We don't know. The film cuts before his head explodes, so
Yes.
if it didn't, maybe he's in the vault.
Yeah.
The Raft, rather.
That's it. Is that an interesting villain to bring into live action? Against Thanos? Or what- or anything else?
My incredible intellect suggests that he's going to kill me now. And he did. Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
But talking about masterminds,
Yep.
potentially someone else also could be in the Raft. Baron Zemo.
That's right. yeah.
Again, in the comic books, member of the Thunderbolts.
Just get in that purple mask, that purple balaclava with the little crown on it or whatever he
Yeah,
wears.
little furry epaulets. Put that on there.
He's
yeah.
back in the game,
He's
mate.
back in the game. Yeah.
Also, Batroc the Leaper's probably not dead. Captain
Yeah,
America
uh-huh.
just beat him up a bunch.
it's true. He could still be in there.
Is that a guy you put in the raft, though? I mean, he can just do a few little flips.
That's true. Yeah, but he was also a big old terrorist.
Yeah, that's
So
true, he
Maybe,
was a big old
I
terrorist.
don't know. I don't. Maybe those Sokovia Accords are like, if you can do a flip, you're in the Raft. You know?
Well, here's someone who can't do a flip. Justin Hammer.
Yes.
He has reappeared in the Mandarin one-shot.
Yes, along with Trevor Slattery, the man pretending to be the Mandarin. So he's in a regular prison.
Yes.
Yeah, I probably don't think Justin Hammer would return, but maybe.
But maybe,
Why would
yeah.
he be in the Raft? Is the question we asked ourselves.
I guess
but-
because he's a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe they moved him out of regular prison.
Maybe
into-
he got really fit and he
Oh,
learned
yeah.
to do a flip.
That's
Then you got to put him in the raft.
Get in the raft.
Get in the raft. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, a dangling plot point from that Marvel one shot is the real Mandarin exists.
Yeah.
A self-styled Genghis Khan modern day warlord who also has 10 rings of alien technology.
Yeah.
Where's he at? What's he been doing?
a very good question.
Is he in the raft?
Is he in the raft?
Did they put him in the raft?
He's
gonna
probably
get out
not
of
in the raft.
He's definitely not in the raft. There's no way he'd be in the raft because imagine he rolls up in Endgame and everybody's like, who's this guy? And they're like, it's a person who was alluded to in a Marvel one-shot on a DVD that nobody watched. And you'd be like, good point.
Great, yeah.
Great stuff.
Okay, this is a section of the video I'm going to call The Forgotten MCU Girlfriends of Ghosts of Past.
They could be in the raft.
Are they in the raft?
Let's determine why they're in the raft.
Okay, can Sharon Carter do a
She
flip?
could absolutely do a flip.
In the
Yeah,
raft.
she's in the raft.
Yeah, that is a plot point that I feel like they're probably not going to continue, though. Raft or no raft.
Yeah. Right.
People, including us, weren't really sold on that. Captain America is kissing the grandniece or niece
Yes.
of his
Of his
greatest
true love,
love.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Bit weird.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It feels a bit like, well, you're the second choice.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You'll do, I
Yeah.
guess.
You have
'cause
some of
you're
the
not
same
dead.
DNA.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't like
Gross.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And off the back of that also, you got, again, the Incredible Hulk, Betty Ross.
Yep.
She is hinted at in Age of Ultron because I believe the Hulkbuster is called
Veronica. Yeah, so that would be the
Which
other
is in-
half. So she's the other half of the Hulk containment unit. The Hulk being Archie?
Yes.
Because that's the love triangle.
that's how it works. Exactly.
Well, he is a nerd, isn't he?
He's a big old nerd.
He's a beautiful, sexy nerd.
He is now.
Yeah.
Abs to die for.
Has so many abs and
Yeah.
musical talents.
And then, of course, you've also got Jane Foster.
Yeah.
Who kind of... That was more of a... Natalie Portman wasn't really keen on continuing it. And
Yeah, right,
people
uh-huh.
didn't really love Thor the Dark World. And does anyone really want to see this plot point continue of this particular relationship? But I
Okay.
wouldn't mind seeing a more interesting version of Jane Foster
Well, see,
turn
that's a
up.
shame because in the comic books, Jane Foster took over as Thor.
Get her
Spoilers.
out of the raft.
Get her out of the raft. She's thinking about becoming Thor. Put her in the raft. Darcy definitely in the raft.
I hope so.
Yeah, she's in the raft.
For crimes against just stealing screen time in a movie that's unnecessary.
I think she's good in it, but I'd put her.
I like her in the first one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because she's got a wacky sidekick too.
Yeah.
There's too many wacky sidekicks. They go
Everybody's
all the way
got a
down.
sidekick,
It doesn't
yeah.
make any sense.
Professor Selvig in the raft.
No, he's probably out of the raft. He's
probably
probably
out of the raft.
he's probably madly scrolling on a chalkboard in his own feces or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you've
Let him out of the raft. We don't want this guy in here anymore.
to get away from the ghosts of girlfriends stuck in the raft past
Yes.
MCU.
Uh-huh.
There's also some characters in space that not so much forgotten, but kind of hinted at that we may see more of.
Yes.
Probably not in the raft.
No.
But Cosmo the space dog
Yep, for sure.
is a good example of that.
Not in the raft.
Not in the raft. He also escaped from the Collector. Howard the Duck
Yep.
also escaped from the Collector. We saw
Yep.
him in Guardians Volume 2.
That's true.
We've talked about maybe he'd be good on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
I
maybe it's an
tend to
animated version, yeah.
think that'd be a fun way to do it. It would be
Yeah.
expensive.
Yep, and also he's probably not going to show up to save the day because he's in it mostly. He's mostly remembered as a post-credit sequence.
Yes.
Like imagine if somebody saved the day who was not in a movie proper, who was just in an end bit.
yeah,
Wouldn't that be good?
that's it. And then, of course, you've got Sif, who wasn't one of the Warriors 3 who were killed in Thor
That's
Ragnarok.
true, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
She's the D'Artagnan.
That's right.
She lived.
I think that was just a scheduling conflict and she didn't end up being in it. But
That's
I
a
think-
relief.
I think that character is interesting enough to bring back. You could even say, yeah, she's the new Thor. She gets the hammer.
Yeah, that could work. Totally.
Yeah,
yeah.
so
yeah.
if you couldn't go the Jane Foster route for a number of reasons,
Yep.
I think that's a very
That
viable
would
option.
be very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't so much a character and it's not in the raft.
Oh.
But what happened to Tony Stark's alcoholism and PTSD?
He got over it.
It's not in the raft?
It's not in the raft. He just got over it.
Maybe he put it in the raft.
He probably put it in the raft. Yeah.
It could do a flip.
You know how some people like they put like a padlock on a bridge
On the liquor cabinet?
yes. Okay, that's the way where I'm going with that. Yeah, he put a padlock on his liquor cabinet and then he put the liquor cabinet in the raft.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was kind of... They sort of hinted at it in Iron Man 2 because he was getting sick, that he was... He was combating it with alcohol and being a bit of a
Yes.
party boy.
Yep.
And then he fixed his chest piece and then he got really sad and depressed from flying into space. But then
Yes.
they went, but remember, you're pretty good. He went, I am
I
pretty
am
good.
pretty good. That does solve everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not going in the raft, he said.
that's right.
But yeah, the last forgotten plot point I've got here is the Inhumans. Not in the raft.
They're not in the raft. The raft wouldn't take him, mate. Stay on the moon. Stay on the moon.
But that's the thing.
Wait, no, they're in Hawaii now.
They're in
aren't they?
Hawaii now, yeah.
Stay in Hawaii.
No, get back to the moon. There is a lot of television characters that have kind of been forgotten.
Yeah,
you
right,
know, along the way, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Card, that we never got full closure for. But this is the one where it's like, well, they're not doing this. If they ever bring back the Inhumans to the MCU, it'll be a total reboot. Or
Absolutely.
or different Inhumans, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
Because
right.
they do have them in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they're just not the ones who live on the moon.
That's true. Yes.
But what is weird about the MCU is, every time we see the moon in the MCU, I always think, there's fucking people living on that moon.
That's right, yeah.
Nobody even knows.
There's a teleporting dog on that moon. They've all got chic little apartments on that moon, you know?
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, I'm curious though if anybody has any ideas of characters that or plot points or anything that they'd like to see show up.
Yeah.
Or even who's in the raft.
Who's in the raft?
That's a
I want to
good
know who's in the
question.
raft. Who would be in the Thunderbolts team that they get that
Yeah.
Hawkeye is 100% definitively getting and forming from whoever's in the raft?
Whoever's in the raft.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's at least 2 or 3 of these that we're going to be seeing again, and maybe very soon. You never know. Get them out of the raft.
Get them out of the raft.
Yeah. We actually do videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
We get them out of the raft.
That's right. We get them out of the raft. We get them straight to you. They had to be in there because they did too many flips, obviously.
That's
Yeah. We also have a podcast called The Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. Every Monday that comes out. Swing on by if you want something to listen to on the commute to and from work. Please feel free to do so. We cover the news of the week and then a topic. Mason is at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter.
That's correct.
Hit him up. Tell him who's in the raft.
Tell me who's in the raft.
And I'm at Mr. Sunday Movies. And we'll see you guys in
the raft.
In or out of the raft.
See you in the
depending-
raft.
In the raft. Well, you're in the raft.
Learn to do a flip. We'll see you in the raft. Okay, grab that Jimmy, guys. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.